and sit down.
Dave did a trouser cough. Dave did a trouser cough. Not that I'm going to grass you, mate. Literally, just as I hit the live button.
Does his face look like it can?
Hello, folks. Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and my good friend.
It's me, Dave, over at Model Maker Dave's workshop. Hello, everyone.
And we're going to be doing a bit of the old, well, it's probably obvious underneath there, the old Chinook. We're doing another bit on that. So we'll be doing a bit of the old bench cam in a minute. But we'll have a looky-loo at the chat and see who's in. And we've got Scaly Models, a.k.a. Mike, my Monday sidekick, is in there saying, are we there yet? Ice Queen's in. Hello, Colin and Dave, she says, with all the arts, kisses and all of that. Hello, sweet cheeks, hope you're doing. And congratulations, by the way, to our Ice Queen on getting her first video up on her channel. The channel that she said, I'll never put a video on. And then last night she's sitting there, I'll just have a look to see how many views it's got and how many subscribers. She's hooked already. But congratulations, and have a look on my group in the YouTube pages bit, and you'll see Ice Queen. If you can do me a big old favour and give it a likey pops and a subscribe and a ring of the bell, I'll be an happy little festa.
Definitely.
Scaly Models is saying hello to Sue. I'll retract that statement, like judging by the amount of love arts he's just got. Don't even bother with her. Bloody riffraff, isn't she, Dave?
Well, exactly, you know.
Really? Oh, Captain there, Captain Brownie points because he edited her video for her, see, so he's getting all the brownie points, all the arts.
Yeah, apparently there's a convoy of skips going up with there with skip loads of brownie points.
Oh, yeah, I was reading on the news yesterday that there's that big old oil tanker, and they've drained all the oil out of it at the refinery, filled it up with Captain Brownie Points, his next delivery of brownie points, and it's on its way to Ellesmere. So Sue says, wait till Colin sees them. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm going to unsubscribe, Dave, ain't you, mate? What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
She's sitting there going, no. Mike's giving it a ha ha ha. Dave's in saying hello to everyone. William Rayborn's in. Hello, Will. How you doing, mate? And good afternoon as well, he says to people. Happy days. So everyone's saying hello to William, who's saying, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. We certainly are, mate.
Oh, yeah.
So say, not too bad, William, and you. Our sentiments exactly. God, I need a shave. I look like a tramp. Lord Bartley the third's in. Let me know when there's adult chat and I'll put my fingers in the ears. Right, my lad, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, give it about 5 minutes and yeah,
grown up words. yeah We're normally pretty good though, isn't we? Like I say, because of the time of day we go on and that, but we try our best.
We do. We does our best.
Yeah, but the odd sort of knife drop and it lands in the foot, you do get a bit of a fudge sticks every now and then.
Every now and again.
He's saying hello, Dad, and Ice Queen there. Ice Queen saying you're in the wrong chat if you're after adult chat, Lord. Yeah. I mean, I'm 12 and a half. Dave's 7. And are you still 7 or are you 7 3/4 now?
I think I might have just about made it to 7.5.
7.5. You're 7.5 now.
Half with an H.
Yeah, happy days, mate. Sue says, bunch of kids in here. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, mate. Paul's in, Plastic Monkey. How do, fella? Hope you're doing all right. Sue's pointing out that I haven't got as many answers, Mike. That's all right. I'm not bitter. But I'll get over it. I'm sending round Chuck Norris to her. Whilst Dave's getting his cup of tea, I'll carry on padding out. Ice Queen's going, hey up, look out. He's in that monkey. Scaly saying to Paul the lucky shuttle builder. He is, honestly. I mean, me and Dad had shuttles, and I think Frankie Goes to Hobbywood's was the same. And I know Steve Beanie is. There's like a couple of bananas when you put them together. Whereas Paul Shapland and Dave have put theirs together, and mate, it's unbelievable. It's like a designer fit. Broke my heart, it did. I was going to go out and buy another one just to see whether I could get a good one. Paul's going, oops. Plastic Monkey's going hello to Mike. Ian Douthwaite's in saying, afternoon, guys. Hope we are all well. We are, Ian, as per. We hope you're well as well, mate. Dad's put a link into Sue's YouTube channel, but I wouldn't bother with that until she gives me some more brownie points and some more love arts. Not that I'm bitter.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
No, on a serious note, yeah, there's Sue's channel. It's a clickable link, and pop over and have a looky-loo.
Have a look. Give her a sub and a like.
Yeah. Cheers her up. Jacqueline's in saying afternoon, everyone. Hello, Jackie. Hope you're all right, sweetheart, and that you've had a nice rest, darling. Lee Roberts is in saying hi all. Hi, Lee. Hope you're doing all right. Hey, our friend Ross Medlock's in. Afternoon, mate. Hope you're doing all right. He's in there. He's in there. Yeah, he's in there.
I was just watching what Mike was doing.
Oh, mate, honestly, I'll get.
It's going to be one of those. It's going to collapse soon, isn't it?
Oh, God, Bennett. Mate, Lord Barkley the third is baking pastry at the moment, so we'll need a bit of time to clean his hands. Could get messy and dough deaf. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Sue saying don't bring Chuck into it. Oh, God, he just crept in there, mate. Paul D. Tomazo's in. Hello, everyone, he says.
Hello, Paul.
Jackie's saying hello to Sue and Dad. And they're saying hello back to Paul. And so is Sue. So, Dave, what have we been up to, mate? He says trying to divert the fact that he's trying not to corpse because someone's in my bloody head. And he's back in chat. Oh, God. Chuck Norris is in chat. I've seen that handle before somewhere. Oh, dear. So, yeah, you were saying just before we come on air, mate, that you've been up to, I can't remember what it was you said you've been up to now.
I've been sticking more bits on my Chinook.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're gonna divert to cams, isn't we? Yeah.
Yes.
Let's do that so people don't see me corpse in on air. He's gone in there again.
You can corpse in private now, can't you?
Yeah. Where did I put my OBS camera? Let's go into the cameras. There you go. Yeah, that's working. Of course it is. You can see it, you pilchard. I've got a slightly different look because I did it Monday. I noticed with the side cam, sometimes I can obscure what I'm doing with me Pat Jennings style fisty pops. We got a bit of decollage going on the old Chinook today, which could potentially go wrong.
I've got to the point now where I've got the last. I think, yeah, I've got the last bit stuck on, so I've got to give them a paint the wheels up.
Yeah.
And then I'll be on decals, I think.
Yeah, I've deliberately not put my propellers on at this stage because I am Captain Clumsy.
Oh, I just temporarily put them on.
Yeah.
To see what they look like.
Yeah, I've got them rested just over the other side. Just about there is the old propellers of goodness, like so. Have you a bit of that? He says, try not to twitch. Yeah, you get the gist. So I'll put them on at the very end, I think, because if anyone's going to knock his propellers off, it's going to be me.
Yeah,
So
hopefully,
we've got some decals of
left in there
to go on. That's what I'm up to today, folks. So we're going to have a bit of that. That's a big one.
Pardon?
The decal, Dave, the decal.
What, I just had to ask just to be on the safe side.
You're so wrong in so many ways.
Never said I was right.
We got him to go on. We've got number 45. One of them.
Oh, Dan's in. Hello,
Hello,
Dan.
Dan. Got us in stereo there, Dave, didn't he? Eh?
Oh, and Sir Luke has honoured us with his presence.
Oh, Sir Luke of Carswell was in, is he?
Yes.
Hello, mate. How you doing, Luke? Hope you're doing all right, geez.
You know what are those two idiots up to now?
Yeah, we are absolutely shoddy, Dave, haven't we?
I know.
We've got a bit of that going on. Okay, and a 35 and all. So I'm hoping I'm putting these in the right place. I'll have a good go, put it that way. It's always nice when you start putting on the decals, isn't it? But
Well, it starts taking on its own character then, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've got to print out one, me special one. I keep meaning to print it out. I need to have it printed out ready for next week, don't I? Because next week's going to be the last Chinook show. Because we'll be moving on then, Dave, won't we, to the next one?
Yeah, because we'll be setting sail, won't we?
We will, mate. We'll be doing the old ship of the container type, won't we? Because people chose that one as our next project. So that.
I'm glad you said shit.
Yeah, I have to think about it. Yeah, so we'll be starting that next week. Not next week, the week after. And we'll be doing the launch of the fire engine in the new year and all, Dave, won't we?
Yep.
As the new background build. When do you want to do that? End of January, the last week of the month?
Yeah, go on then.
Because I think that's what we did with the UE, wasn't it? Last week of every month was a bit of a UE build.
Yes.
Pardon me, UE with an H, of course. Let's have a bit of that going on. Let's get rid of them for a minute, and we'll have a bit of that one. Make sure I've got it round the right way.
What that paint now? Oh, no.
Happy days. Whilst they're curing off, let's have a look at the old chattykins. Luke saying my pleasure, Sue, as Colin says, sharing the love. Sir Luke, don't call me sir. I work for a living. About Lord Luke of Carswell. Or we could say Luke Carswell MBE. You know, we've got to give you some kudos, mate, because you know you're front line during the old world been on fire, mate, and you know.
Well, you could give him the MBM, making better models.
Absolutely. Felice, you saying evening all.
Hello, Phil.
Scaly saying hello to Phil. Phil is saying to Mike, how's it all going? Our friend Ross is saying hello to Dad and Sue. Dan Kramer's in. Hello, Dan. How you doing, mate? Saying hello, my peeps. That was Luke saying afternoon with big old thumbs up as well, mate. Hope you and lovely Sunia have had a good crimbo as best you could, because you've been working a lot of it as well, mate, ain't you? So, yeah. Happy days. Ice Queen saying, can't give any arts to Luke because Mike's watching. Quick, close your eyes, Dad, and sneak them in, Sue. Yeah, you know you want to. So yeah, my Chinook, by the way, folks, isn't going to be this shiny when I'm finished. It's just I've got decals that I'm doing, so I've glossed her over. So that will be remedied. Once we've done our business. Right, this can only go well, Cole, can't it? Where's my decal placer of goodness? There it is. Out with a scalpel. Get you a bit of that. Shall I put a light on? Do I need a light on? Is that too bright, folks? Or is that better?
Actually, I could do it brighten mine up a bit.
Desperately trying not to squash me fuel pipe thing. Let's put that on there like that. Oh, that wheel's come off again. Wheelie. Ah, that's what I did there.
You wheeling it out again?
Yeah, I keep knocking my wheel off, Dave, because I'm useless.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I lent on it, didn't I, last week to do something, and I snapped the wheel on the axle, so I need to sort that out permanently. I'll deal with it in a minute. And we've got a bit of that going on. How far up does that go? It goes up about there. It says, trying to handle this helicopter in the easiest way. I'm shaking like a leaf today. Really? All days to get the twitches, Cole.
Oh, Muse is in.
Hello, Muse. You all right, my darling? Go. A bit of that. That's number 39, so we'll have that one ready.
Right.
What's that, Dan saying? You're most welcome, sir. So I gather you lean towards the clean and shiny. That's not something we get much in this group, so it's nice to see. The clean and shiny. Yeah, I don't know where to go with the weathering on the Chinook. I might just go for a very, very fine smattering of aging, but not necessarily heavy dust and that on it. I'm not on this one. I kind of want it to speak for itself almost.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for a bit of light use.
Yeah, I mean the Yui, it was Vietnam dust detritus, wasn't it? You know, but the Chinook, I'm just going to do a light bit of a panel line, that sort of thing, and mat it down. But yeah, I think that'll be enough for it, if I'm honest.
Dan's referring to Sue's video there, Cole.
Oh, was he? Oh, right. Okay. Then that'll be me barking totally up the wrong tree there, mate. There's a surprise. Let's have a bit of that all the way down there. Hurrah! Bum, 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 bum. Musy saying, morning all. Morning, Musy Pops. How you doing? Dan says, I was talking to so sorry, Dan. My fault, mate. I'll shut up and carry on putting my decals on. So, wrist firmly slapped.
I never thought I'd seen a day Colin being put in his place.
Oh, mate, it can happen. That's all right. I don't mind.
Yeah.
I'm not bitter. Don't feel the love anymore. They're
Who wibble?
They're all getting so cruel to me, Dave. I don't know what I'm going to do. Chuck Norris is in there.
Again?
Yeah, he's lurking. He's ganging up on me today, isn't he?
Oh dear.
Dear.
I think Paul will have to find another one now, won't he?
Yeah. I just imagine Sue sitting there at her table, giggling away in her own imitable way.
Oh dear, yeah.
Oh dear. That can be funny though. Get this in place, it will go. I am determined that I will not have to relift it. Just a bit of a creasy pox going on along the backbone there, so it's... Apologies if I'm off shop, folks. I will move my bench around so that I can get my legs closer to it, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm having a bit of trouble with me legs lately, so I'm having to work at a slightly different position on the bench, but I'll move them in a sec. Because it must be frustrating for people hearing me talk and not being able to see what I'm actually doing. So let's just adjust my legs a bit. See if I can get nearer. There you go, folks. Hopefully that's a bit better for you now. I tried to stay on shop, but
That's a bit better.
what I'll do next time I need to stretch my legs is I'll do a bit of chat dollying. That way it won't be too annoying. Dum 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 dum. Oh, bass has been quiet today.
Oh, while I think of it, what is or what has gone into your bellies and what is on your benches?
Oh, that's a good shout, mate. Bit of belly and bench. Good shout, Dave. Good segue.
Well, it popped into my head, so I thought I'd ask it while I was thinking about it.
You're good.
Because I know what'll happen, I'll forget.
That's normally what I do. Right, let's put a bit of the old super duper on here. And of course, we're back on tomorrow night, Dave, aren't we? For our New Year's Eve fun fest.
Oh yeah, because we're putting together the Big Ben.
Absolutely, mate. The Ben of the bigness.
I must remember to get some more AAA batteries then.
So yeah, that's what we're up to tomorrow night. Being that it's New Year, we're doing Big Ben jigsaw, 3D puzzle things. So if you want to come along and join us for that, keep us company for a couple of hours. We start at 8 p.m. and we'll do them, get them finished, and somewhere in the world it'll be New Year's Eve coming close. So we'll give a bit of boingage. I think we'll be off before midnight, mind you. Though we haven't built them yet, have we, Dave? This is us two idiots.
No, but mind you, does that mean if we build them slowly, does that mean we slow down time?
There's that point, yeah. Time bandits.
Yeah, that'll be a fun build anyway. And the last,
Different again, isn't it?
yeah, the last couple of 3D puzzles we've done have been fun.
Yeah. Got a bit of 3D puzzles, David. Yeah, it's different. It's something different. And we got one of them down there. That's the one. Have you some of that just in there? Twitchy. Like that. Scoot that around there. Scalpel of goodness always comes in handy. Is that towards one side, slightly towards there. There you go. Like that. Have you? A bit of that.
Oh, hang on. Let's have a.
Let's put them back on for a sec. Do a bit of chat. Try and keep our lovely folks in company in the chat throughout. Let's have a looky. Let's have a look. That was Sue saying not necessarily, Dan. I'm fairly new, really. Been modelling about 2 years. Would love to do some dirty stuff. Yeah, so dirty, filthy stuff, Sue, to go with that dirty, filthy mind of yours. Bless her. No, I've always loved the Paul Walker car that she did. Every time I've seen it, I've always bigged it up, and I like the tiger tank peeking out through the edge as well with an H. Yeah, you know. Sue's took a bit of persuading to put a video up, but people should see her work, and it's the same with Paul, her other half, Plastic Monkey.
I know he's gonna resist, but. You know.
Yeah, he's going to resist, but you really need to see their work, folks. We're lucky we see it in the hangouts, you know, but trying to get them both convinced that they would be able to do YouTubing is a hard challenge, to say the least, but they're getting there. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like you, Dave, when it used the immovable object at first, but, you know, someone persevered and picked on you. William Raybon's laughing out loud. Black Rifle saying some subtle panel highlighting and some smoke staining around the engines will be enough, I think, mate. Absolutely, Luke. You know, it's you know, been used, but it's not been abused, if that makes sense. You know, it's a workhorse, isn't it? Joseph Kelly saying hello to Scaly. Hello as well, Joseph. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Plastic's going to get Chuck on the case. Dan's going, you know, I love your car. Just will call your work clean and shiny. No, it never is, mate. Yeah, you know me, mate. I've been challenged to do a shiny car by Frankie Goes to Hobbywood. He got me a Mercedes Gullwing, didn't he, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
And he sent it over and he said, I'm going to challenge you, he says, to leave your comfort zone. He said, and I want you to do this clean and shiny. So I will be doing shock horror. Festa's going to be doing a clean, shiny build, mate.
Does that also mean that it will be an out of the box build?
I didn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
The car might have some embellishments, but it'll be embellishments to go with the car. I'm gonna get some aftermarket seat belts and bits and bobs and brakes and things. You know, I've been watching a few of Paul Bretland's builds with his cars and that, and trying to pick up where he gets his bits and bobs from for the detail up and that. Shock horror, Dave. I'll probably do it with a 2K paint job as well. You know, a bit of the old zero paints or whatever.
I am so glad I'm sat down.
Yeah. So, in answer to your question, Dan, yeah, I'm going to have a go at Super Shiny, but the only reason I've avoided it is because I ain't any good at it, mate. you know, I leave that to the experts, you know, the Pauls and that of this world that do super shiny, and the David Hunters of this world that do highly detailed cars and that, because that's their niche. That's what they're good at. But I'm going to have a go because Frankie's challenged me to do it. So Sue's going, well done, Dan. That told Colin. See, she's bullying me, Dave.
I know.
I'm nothing but nice to the woman about her channel and everything, and she goes and turns on me.
I know.
Turd.
You know, some
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. Joseph Kelly's going, ice cream. Yeah. Andy's in, says he's sneaking in with a can of Monster and looks to hide in the back row. Unsuccessful, mate.
You've been spotted.
Come on. Mayhem Model Works on Monster, Dave.
Oh, dear.
God, that's like putting Vincent on Red Bull, isn't it? Lord Bartley III says, anyone watching this will think they're making model gherkins. Yeah, can't think of it. Yeah, do Chinook noises, though.
Get the old walker noise, don't you? Walker, 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 walker.
Yeah, that's the common noise of a Chinook. Let's just see how that's settling in now. Could do with a bit more super duper on there.
Deep down in the undergrowth, we now find the lesser known species of the waka waka.
Yeah. Dum, 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 dum. Beautiful helicopter, though. Must be one hell of a joyride going up in one of these. Get that crease out. It will come out. Because resistance is futile. Let's get the old bud of cottonness on there. So yeah, we're going to have a laugh with that old container ship, Dave, aren't we?
Well, I'm going to have to contain myself.
Oh, God, he's off.
Now, on a serious note, I'm going to have to find some more photos because I'm going to do that one where the containers have been dropped and gone here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, I'm doing the one that was getting Chinooked around the Isle of Wight, mate.
Yes.
Hence why the Chinook's going to come in handy for that dio. So, yeah. And, of course, you know, there's going to be fun had with some of the containers as well. Oh, dear, I needed that. Right, where did I get to in the chat? Bum, 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 bum. That was everyone saying hello to Mike. Leigh Roberts, in answer to the belly and bench, nothing on the bench, turkey curry surprise in the belly. Ooh. Muse has got just coffee at the moment and basing materials from one of my many work in progresses. Yeah.
Sounds like she's going to be busy.
It's got a nice selection of minis to be painting and all, mate. Our gallery is going to be so owned by Muse, mate. I think we got a 2021 candidate for Person of the Year coming up, you know, because I love her figure work. Jacqueline, saying hi to Andy. Mayhem Model Works, bugger, rumbled. Absolutely, mate. We heard you. Yeah. What gave it away, Andy, is as you sat down, we heard. I thought, yeah, Andy's in. He's been on the monster.
Well, it's all that compression, isn't it?
Yeah. Sue's saying, Belly, a nice, juicy burger with everything. And the bench at the moment is the Paul Walker Diamond Art. And that's a nice bit of work and all, isn't it? I think folks are going to love that. Are you going to, sorry, my throat again. Are you going to put that up on your channel, Sue? As one of your next videos? Love a little bit of your diamond art, what you've been up to. Just a thought.
I think she should.
Dad's asking who Paul Walker is.
Some bloke called Paul Walker. Yeah.
And she says, hi, Trouble. Oops, I mean Andy. Jacqueline says, cheese and onion quiche with homemade wedges, and her crochet project is batik flower blanket. There's someone playing with buttons in the background again. He is, isn't he? Michael Stallman saying, evening all. Hello, Michael. Hope you're doing all right, fella. William Rayburn is saying, creamer wheat with toast and coffee, Dragon Models half track. Oh, neat. Sue saying, Mike, don't you start. Is he misbehaving, Sue? Is he playing again in the background? Finger of shame, finger of shame. Dan Kramer's going, nice. I look forward to watching you guys build the tower tomorrow. Absolutely. Queen Elizabeth Tower, mate, a.k.a. Big Ben with the bell in it, of course.
Yep.
Pardon, mate. We're doing that.
Yeah, no, that's going to be a good laugh, that, I think. Yeah,
Phil East hasn't filled the belly yet. Benches a few random kits ready for primer, and it's just started an Orc Jet. Oh, that sounds mint. Bung them in the gallery, Phil. I look forward to seeing them, fella.
Mm-hmm.
Jacqueline, in answer to Dad, is saying, oh, isn't Paul Walker the lead singer from the Jam? Good girl. I see what you did there, Jackie. That's brilliant, isn't it? It's like, yeah. Music's got dirty stuff. Oh, yeah. Black Rifle's going, laugh out, laugh, Sue. I find the dirtier, the better. And Sue's going, trust Colin, take that the wrong way. Yeah, but I'm 12 and a half, Sue. What more can I say? You know, I've got that picture of Debbie Harry still on my bedroom wall and the lady with the tennis ball. You know, I'm 12 and a half, love. Plastic Monkey's going, ha. Sue's going, shiny Colin. Yeah. Ah, brilliant. Cheers, Luke. All the links to where Paul gets his aftermarket are in the links to these videos. If you contact him, I'm sure he'll be happy to give you any advice or guidance for the clean and shiny. Do you know something, Luke? I'll probably take you up on that offer, mate, because, yeah, if anyone's going to be out to give me decent advice, it's going to be our man, Paul, because... Oh, mate, honestly, you could just watch his stuff all day long, can't you? It's like, really? You see it happening in front of you, and you're like, well, I don't mind look anything like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Dan's going, you can weather it up underneath like a real car would be. You can have a clean car, but still has dirty bits. Yeah, might be a little bit of, what's the word? Road dirt, you know, that sort of light smattering, but that'll be about all.
Yeah, just a little bit of dusty stuff here.
And there. I mean, I want it to look as if it's been driven, not sort of still in the showroom, so to speak, you know, so... But obviously, you know, it's a driven car, but it's a well-cleaned car or maintained. Michael's saying, when I was in the armed forces, was always flying and had the chance of being the tail gunner who stared with my feet hanging over the edge of the big door. See, I'd love to do that. I saw a photograph, and I think it was during the Afghanistan campaign. And there's a big old, what's the American transport plane? Is it a C-90, Dave, or something like that? You know, the big, bit like the Hercules type.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I know the one you're on about. The big.
Yeah, yeah. It's a C something. I could be totally up the wrong tree here, but it had the back door open, and you got some American soldiers just sat there with the old feet dangling, and it's at a jaunty angle, and it's such a beautifully captured photo. And I'd just love to be them guys just sat there doing that. That must be so cool.
I think there's some photos kicking around of a few guys sat at the back of a Chinook.
Yes.
Manning the gun.
Yeah. Could be well up for all of that. It must be so cool. Mayhem Model Works is saying hello to Sue. He's been out braving the masses.
I'm quite happy.
Sorry, Dave, what was that?
I said I don't mind sitting there, but as long as there's a tether rope, just to make sure I don't fall out.
Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, Andy. He's saying, sorry, been out braving the masses, just on my way home. Oh, take care, mate.
Oh, take it steady.
Yeah. And he's saying, oh, Dave made a boat pun. Oh, sheesh. Who let him sail away on that one? There you go.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I know, he's shipping out soon, mate. Paul D. Tomazo's going higher to Mayhem. Muse is saying, if ever I get any more done, you'll be fine, Muse. I'm sure you will, my love.
Oh, you'll get loads done.
Absolutely. Donald McKenzie's in saying, hey, guys. Hello, Donald. I hope you're doing all right.
Hello, Donald.
Ross Medlock even. Belly now, yeah. Bench just finishing the base for my Blade Guard Ancient. Oh, happy days.
Ooh.
And I think he said it's the C141. Yeah, get in there. Black Rifles, Benches, Space Wolf, Venerable, Dreadnought, and Belly. I'm waiting for the amazing curry that Sonia is currently cooking. Yeah, she does some beautiful home-cooked grub, mate. Oh, I feel an album coming on, Luke, in the Festa group of Sonia's cooking, mate, because we'll all be coming round your apartment, mate.
Yeah, I can feel a road trip coming on.
He's going to come home one night, isn't he, from a busy night on the ambulances. He's going to pull up, go to his apartment, and we're all going to be stood outside. Hey, then, Luke, what's she cooking?
Yeah, got room for two more.
Yeah. Luke said, yeah, they're very cool to fly in, but they are way more cooler to jump out of. Again, I always wanted to do a free fall parachute jump. And when I mentioned it to my GP that I wanted to do one, she went, oh, are you really that stupid? You've just had artificial joints in your neck and your spine fused and you want to do a free fall parachute jump. I was like, oh, just thought I'd ask you whether you'd be okay if I could do it, but she wasn't.
I could never understand why people want to go up in a perfectly serviceable aircraft and jump out of it.
For me, it would be that feeling of just you and you know, that floating through the air sensation. I find that quite appealing. It's like the guy in the crane at the top of the high-rise building, you know, just sat up there looking at the beautiful view, and you're alone, aren't you, in the air, you know, and I love that. Would love that feeling. But yeah. Dave's right, yeah, keep it calm.
If it's a perfectly serviceable aircraft that got you all the way up there, then it'll get you all the way back down in more safe than taking it out.
As you was in the RAF and you're not a fan of jumping out of aeroplanes.
No,
okay, I find that strange.
If I wanted to jump out of aeroplanes, I would have joined the Paris.
Oh, you was proper chocks away, Ginger. You was there with the drafts board, in other words, then saying where the planes were flying.
Yeah.
Ah, now it makes sense.
So when they came along, you lot go over there because you're getting in that big bird over there with the big tailgate and you can jump out of it.
Yeah. And they're like, you coming with us, Dave? No, I am not. I am staying with my feet planted on this very bit of ground.
Yeah. My feet was meant to stay on terra firma. If you want to jump, you go and jump.
So am I right in thinking then, was you a Rupert?
No, I was not a Rupert.
I just thought I would ask.
I did not actually... I did not have any scrambled egg whatsoever.
I was just asking. I just thought, well, you know, there was a bit of Rupertness about that, mate. And I just thought, I've got to ask you whether you was a Rupert. Are you getting your lip out with me?
Bloody Rupert, my bleeding foot.
Dave's having a wibble. I just thought it sounded very Rupert-esque, what you were saying. That was all, mate. Moving on.
Just using common sense.
Dave was a Rupert. This show was going so well.
Bloody Rupert. Really? Do I sound like a Rupert?
Well, you know, that's a bit like me, isn't it? You know, I mean, could you imagine me in the army? You know, especially when the DI pokes you in the chest with a stick and goes, do you know something? There's a piece of on the end of this stick. I am that bloke that would say, which end are you on about? And I'd be in the glass house. So, yeah.
Yeah, but it'd be highly amusing watching it happen.
Yeah, I always wanted as a young boy to go in the army, and all through school, whenever the careers people used to ask you, I always answered soldier. I want to be a soldier. And when I didn't get in, I was gutted, absolutely gutted, you know. But too many, how can I say, aggressive tackles knackered me right knee, and yeah. So I was only a pup. But the damage was done and didn't make the grade, so to speak, which at that age quite knocked me back because I'd never had any other concept of what I wanted to do. So it was a hasty rethink required, mate, and it really threw me for six. So I ended up being a grease monkey.
I was going to say, you could have joined the Navy. All they do is sit around in boats all day.
Yeah, but I didn't, you know, I just didn't fancy it, mate. I wanted to be a soldier, and a soldier's all I wanted to be, and I couldn't be one. And I got my lip out, Dave.
Oh, did you have a wibble?
Oh, yeah. I think it's the only time in my life I can remember actually crying, mate.
Oh,
yeah, it really affected me for quite a period of time, mate. It's like your dream, wasn't it? You know, and yeah, all of that.
I can remember getting some CS gas in the eyes. Oh, that made me cry. Oh.
Yeah. I can remember going home and sort of saying to my mum about it, like, you know, and mum's been mums. Oh, never mind, you'll find something else to do. And all. Oh, mate, yeah. Yeah. But I kind of lived an army life through a couple of my mates that did get in when we all went down to join up, and they got in and went on and had very good careers, you know. And I used to always love it when they was home on leave and turned up at the pub because I'd be there. What you been doing? What you been doing? What you been doing? I want to know everything, you know. And, yeah, and obviously some stuff they couldn't discuss, as you would know yourself. But I kind of almost fulfilled my dream through them, and probably annoyed the bejesus out of them, if I'm honest. But
probably
they never let on. It's all sent to test us, mate. Are there any other people out there that wanted to join up and didn't make it or whatever, and it bothered them? You know, it's going to be one of them, isn't it? But I had a friend who was on broadsword down south when you was there, mate. So yeah, you know, it was one of my mates was a submariner.
Nah, I could not do that.
Yeah, you know, all through school, that's all he wanted to do: submarines. submarines, people just go, why don't you just want to stay on top of the water? No, I want to be in the submarine. And he went and...
I used to work with an ex-submariner, and I said, how did you cope? He said, you get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are a very unique breed, aren't they?
I think, yeah. I absolute kudos to them for doing it,
Mm.
I couldn't. I don't. The thought of not seeing daylight for however long, and only a selected few that can go up on the tower when you go up to surface.
But I would love that feeling of being underwater. I watched, do you remember the James Cameron documentary where he went down on the Titanic?
Yes.
In the big old submersible with a big old glass tit on the front, the bubble and that, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, do you know something? That must be so cool being at the bottom of the seabed like that, and yeah.
And being able to see everything.
Yeah, and I just love that isolation, but also the fact that you've got this vision of beauty in front of you of all these underwater animals that you wouldn't normally see and that, And I'm a bit of an old hippie, you probably noticed, but like the Grizzly Adams life, that log cabin in the wilderness, I'd love a bit of that because being from the big city, you tend to want a quiet existence because you've had the hustle and bustle as a youngster and in your teenage years, and dare I say it, as you get older, you want a bit of a breather. I think it's what I like to say. Sue and Paul are lucky, aren't they? Because they live in the middle of nowhere. They're proper in sort of Royston Vasey territory, aren't they? They're down in Devon, right in is it Bodmin they live near? Bodmin Moor, somewhere like that. But
I don't think the modern technology of having streetlights has got down there yet.
No, I think they've still got an 85-year-old lamplighter that goes along lighting the wicks at night on the lampposts. But yeah. What's Pauline saying there? The thing is, it never affected me and wouldn't have stopped me from running and gunning. Absolutely, mate. Raging Modeller's in, saying, all right, dudes. Hello, Adam. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Everything's all right in Raging Model Land.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. What we got there? Donald saying, work with the Royal Navy, fixing submarines every day. Glad I didn't join up. Felice is going, wouldn't have lasted 5 minutes. Closest I came was a young offenders day at the local barracks. Yeah. 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 Did you go to the University of Feltham, Phil? Or as I used to say, I went to a Majesty's College. Mayhem model work. Someone asked why I didn't do what my folks did, which were police officers. I'm not the athletic type. I'm not the type that would lift anyone. Why'd you nick him? He looked at me funny.
Yeah. I don't somehow think I got the temperament to be a police officer.
Again, another thankless job, Dave, isn't it? Let's be honest. They go out there and put up with idiots like we used to be, but it's a different world out there now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you see it on the telly and you just think, no, I couldn't do that.
Yeah. Oh, Muse is going, at least it's a medical reason, Paul. My lovely country would have trained me the same as the men and then gave me a desk job, so she told them to stick it. Oh, dear.
Right.
We're pretty lucky in the UK, Muse, because the girls get to do pretty much everything the blokes do, It's like happy days. And she's saying by the time women could actually serve in combat, she was too old. Aww. Paul Lyons says it never affected me and wouldn't have stopped him running and gunning. I'm sure I've already read that one out.
I think you've done that one.
Yeah. Yeah, like Luke's saying, yeah, Muse is right, Paul. They can't take the risk. Absolutely. Yeah. Rage is saying, yeah, things are okay. Yeah, struggling a bit with these demons. Oh,
Oh,
bless you, mate. Yeah, I know what that's like, mate.
Yeah, I've been quite fortunate with mine of late. I've had a few wobbles, but nothing.
Yeah, mine are lurking because, as you know, I've got a hell of a lot on my mind for the upcoming absence from the bench. And although I say it's not nagging at me, I think it probably is in the back of my mind, you know. So, yeah, they're there, but it's under control. You know, H is really helpful with that. And, yeah. Paul Lyons is saying, yeah, I suppose it makes sense. Most countries are backwards when it comes to women in combat. Israel have been doing it for years. Nothing more scary than a woman with a gun. Absolutely. I think it's that old adage, isn't it, that if a woman was captured, that she's going to go through a traumatic experience, isn't she? Let's be honest. And I think that's what a lot of the guys worry about when they're serving, because they don't want that to happen to one of their comrades. Yeah, Muse is saying by the time they sorted it all out, her daughter could have served. Yeah. Yeah, Muse lost her aunt a few days before Christmas. Yeah, I saw that Muse on
Sorry,
on the FB, darling. And yeah, there's nothing worse than losing someone, especially at that time of year, and a person that you're very close to. So yeah, condolences, darling. And yeah.
Sympathies.
Absolutely, mate. Totally get that. And Mayhem sending all the virtual hugs. Absolutely, mate. Huggages are getting sent.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, losing a relative this time of year, mate, ain't great. It really isn't. All right, let's see what ones are next. It's going to be them ones, isn't it? Yeah, have I done that one? Yeah, that's up there. That line of goodness. And it's the ones now that go over. It's Harris. Absolutely. Get in there.
Yay, I've done my wheels.
You've done your wheels?
Yeah, I've had a really good time.
Oh, good man, mate. Yeah, mine's a bit tired at the moment because I knocked it off again. But that's all right. Its resistance is futile. I shall win. It will not beat me, Dave.
Good. And so it shouldn't.
Absolutely. As I said to it, you will go on. Tough audience. Tough audience out there, Dave.
I know. I think they've wised up to us.
Yeah, I think they're like a pair of idiots. They've got us sus, didn't they? They know us too well, mate. We try. Let's put that one over there for a minute. Because if anyone's going to knock his stuff like, it's going to be me, isn't it?
No, don't do that. You don't want live swearage.
Yeah. Yeah. Muse is saying, yeah, it was for the best. She was sick for a very long time. Her body finally just gave in. Oh, bless her heart. Well, may she rest in peace, Muse. And I'm sure the person you are, Muse, you will keep her spirit and memory alive long into the future, darling.
I know it might not sound right, but if that's the case, at least she's now without pain.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with everything you've said there, man. So, Andy at Mayhem, I'll let folks read that themselves. What do you expect? I'm new at this, says Andy to the raging bassist. Yeah, Muse has got a good one. She says, right, 33 of you are watching, and there's only 15 thumbs ups. Yeah, thumbs ups can always confuse people. I know we say about thumbs ups, and the reason we do is when you get a thumbs up, it increases your statistics on YouTube for your video rankings. So the more thumbs up you get, the higher it moves up when people type in and search for a video on so and so or live show. Boom, it just moves you up the searches. So yeah, it does help the channel. It helps our views. It helps our presence. And when we next go live, because we've gone up into them higher rankings, any searches, it'll put our stuff up there higher up the ladder than it would have been if we hadn't got many thumbs ups. So that's why we often say, you know, thumbs ups, folks. Very bizarre and convoluted way that YouTube does things, but it works though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but YouTube doesn't it?
Yeah. Because it's a thing, Dave. All right, let's try and get that in exactly where I want it now. But yeah, it's exactly a year in on the 12th of January that the Sunday Brunch has been going. And that's been a quick year, Dave, isn't it?
It's gone very quickly, isn't it?
It has, mate. You know, this time last year, I was sitting there going, Dave, I've got this idea.
And Dave just sits there and goes, oh, God.
Yeah. Trust me, Dave. You'll like it. And fair play to you. You listened and went with it. And yeah, 12 months already of the Sunday Brunch. Who would have thought it, eh, Dave?
Well, I sat and listened to what you had to say and thought, yeah, he's absolutely potty.
Don't hold back, mate, will you?
And I thought, you know what? He's that potty that
Yeah, he's finally lost the plot.
he actually got a damn good idea.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? It just was in me head. And yeah, but 12 months, you know, it's been a challenging year for everyone. And I can honestly say, you know, we've had great viewers and everyone that's come in has been supportive and it's helped them out. It's helped us out during what was a very awkward year for everyone. And
Well, to be honest with you, I think we launched it at the right time.
yeah,
If there was ever a right time to do something like that.
yeah.
Took a little while to gather its momentum and whatnot, but it given us the chance to do this.
Yes.
And you've now spawned another show with Mike on a Monday afternoon.
Absolutely.
Which is now capturing a whole different audience.
Yeah.
So it's all moving in the right direction for Festa's world domination on YouTube.
This is why we had such a love affair with the Huey, because that was the build that kicked everything off, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, it was looking at you when I said, "Oh, I've got my Huey," because I originally said I was going to get the 35th scale.
Yeah.
And you went, "Oh, brilliant! Let's have a look." And I lifted up the box, and your eyes lit up when you realised that I've got managed to get a 24th scale.
Yeah. One of Ravel's most maligned kits, mate, and I think we did them both justice, mate.
Well, one day I might actually get mine finished.
No, I'm never going to finish mine.
That's why I said one day
Yeah.
I might.
That's why we're starting the what's his name in it, because the fire engine, because we can't bring ourselves to actually finish the Yui.
That reminds me, next time I speak to my mum, I'm going to see if she can have a word with my uncle, because my
Yeah.
cousin is a serving fireman.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask if he can acquire some photographs of his appliances and
Good
see if I
shout.
can do one. I'll probably need your help with doing the decals and stuff.
Yeah. You know me, mate. I'll help you out.
But well, hopefully I can get the necessary information, and maybe I can do mine
Absolutely.
based on one of theirs.
Osric's in saying thumbs with an H. Absolutely, mate. Thumbs with a capital F. Yeah.
Farms.
Yeah, absolutely. Muse is saying, yeah, she's in a pretty place. Sun rises on her face and sets over her right shoulder. Oh, bless her. Yeah, she'll be watching over you, Muse. New name. Christopher Carney's in. Hi, Christopher. Hope you're doing all right, mate.
Hello,
He says, glad to see you fellas building those whirly things. It makes his heart feel good. Greetings from Fort Benning, GA. Is that Georgia? And
sounds stateside, doesn't it?
Yeah, and hope your Christmas was wonderful and that you have a happy new year. And to yourself, mate. Very nice. And thank you very much for some very nice words there, my friend. And yes, I am doing mine as the US Army variant, mate.
Welcome along to our little show.
So, yeah, I did my Huey as well. That was US Army. So I thought I'll continue the theme. Mayhem Model Works, all Muse. Steve's in at TSM, Totally Scale Models. Afternoon, he says. How's everyone? Fine and dandy, Steve. Hope you're all right as well, geez. Muse is waving. Mayhem's saying Dave used to be Officer Wibble, but he is now Sergeant Rupert.
Sergeant Rupert. Really? Sergeant Bloody Rupert.
He's off. He's off. Mayhem on the Works is saying hello to Steve, who's saying hello back to him. Felicity's going, was it a case of this time next year we'll be millionaires, Rodney? Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah. I saw the thing on Channel 5 the other night, the best bits of Only Fools and Horses, and it was the bar scene, Dave. You know, play it cool, trick, play it cool, falls through the bar. You know.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it's funny. I remember as a youngster watching it with do you remember the chandelier?
Yeah, I saw something. Was it that they said they had to get that right first time because they only had the one chandelier?
Yeah, it cost them $6,000 at the time, which when you think back then, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, you can understand why they only had one.
Yeah, and they had their producers had telling them both, if either of you two laugh when this happens and kill the scene, or you'll kill the series, the end of the show, all of that lot, and they would be fired. So they both had to really sort of not giggle. Paul Lydes is going, he's loving all the streams because it's more stuff for me to watch when I should be working. Happy days, mate. It's what we're doing them, mate. We're trying to do as many as we can to keep you guys occupied and entertained. And,
yeah, give you something to look forward to.
You know, most people will have us on in the background whilst they're at their bench doing their building. Yeah, Trigger going, if it's a boy, they're going to call it after Rodney. Oh, they're going to call it Rodney, sorry, after Dave over there at the bar. Yeah. It's when he was trying to explain to him that his name weren't Dave, it's Rodney. And he goes, oh, what's that then? A nickname?
Yeah.
I've had the same broom for 15 years, 4 handles and 5 heads. Dear. She says, mate, Musie's going to do a bit of painting since she's sitting there. Good girl.
Ooh, well done.
Yeah, release the bolt and catch the chandelier. Yeah. Luke's saying, what sort of pics do you need, Dave? He can help you out with that, mate.
Pics for the fire engine. I think, isn't it? I was after. Because that's what I'm going to speak to my mum about and see if she can get them off my uncle.
As far as I know, mate, yeah, I'm doing mine as an LFB variant. So there's the saw's got to come out, Dave.
Well, yeah, because hopefully you're doing the stuff so we can do the conversion from lefties to righties.
Oh, yeah, right-hand dashes and all of that lot. Yeah, but I've got no doors on it, as you know, because I cut all them off when I first got it.
Oh, yeah, because you got the doorless version, haven't you?
Yeah, and I'm also cutting a big chunk out of it as well. Yeah. I know. B3's Cynical Steve. Hello, Steve. How you doing? All right, mate? What have we got there? Steve saying, can I have a sticker for my wall? Of course you can, mate. Of course you can, mate. I'll sort you one of them out. One of them bad boys. I've got some down here somewhere, mate, and I'm going to get a new batch done. So, yeah, I'll bung a few in an envelope, ship them out there, mate. I'm going to be posting out probably towards the end of January because my Doris goes down once a month to the post office because she's got this protective bubble around me, Steve, because obviously, as you know, I'm housebound, mate, and she doesn't like going anywhere with large crowds, so she only goes once a month, mate. So if you can bear with me, it will get there, mate.
Well, that's fair enough, isn't it? You know, you got to be careful.
Well, especially with the impending going under the knife, I've been pretty much told I've got to stay in this bubble and, probably get a vaccine before I go in and have the procedures done because it's very, very lengthy surgery.
Yeah, I don't envy you on that one, mate.
No, but it's got to be done, mate. Ross Medlock saying the bar scene was never planned. It was a total accident and they kept it in. Yeah. I'll sort a script for that, mate. Phil East, hey, Mike, can you send me an invite to the Festa group, please? I can't join it for some weird Facebook reason. Hey, really? Do I need to approve it? Let's have a look. I'll put a link in the chat, mate. Let's copy and paste it in. There you go. And I'll keep an eye out on the other monitor if you're trying to join it, mate. If it pings up as a notification, mate, I'll add you straight in, mate.
Send him an invite, Carl.
Oh, right. Okay, mate. No worries. He's good, isn't he?
He's been a very good chat, Doris, today.
He is, isn't he? He's very talented.
Behave, David.
Oh, that told me, did it? Carl.
Yeah, it did, mate. Yeah, it did. Yeah. Who'd have thought it, eh? He's got buttons as well, Dave.
That's the scary bit.
I know. Philly's going, many thanks. Hopefully that'll sort it. Yeah, like I say, Phil, I'll keep an eye out on me notifications, mate. I've got it on the other screen there, and if it pops up, I'll add you straight in, mate. Oh, got an unread message from Archie. He's probably still having some issues with his printer.
I know.
Steve saying hello to Mike. Luke's going, yeah, I know the fire engine. What specifically do you need? There you go.
I don't know.
Yeah, Steve's going, thanks, Cole. No worries, Steve. Not a problem, mate. Yeah, we'll sort you some stuff out, mate. And I've also got a Teespring store and all, with bits and bobs in it.
That was a subtle plug.
Yeah, but what did I promise you all?
Yeah, you did say you was going to
You
do
all
some pimping.
had a go at me, didn't you? And said that I don't pimp myself enough.
I've never said a word.
And yeah, so yeah. So
I never said a word because then I thought, well, if I don't say anything, you can't have a go at me.
Yeah, there's a link in there for that and all, but yeah, all kinds of goodies that can be obtained. Of course, you can always become a patron, Steve, and you get yourself a nice Festa's patron mug as well. See, look at all these plugs, eh?
Mugtastic.
Absolutely. Mark is saying, hi all, Happy New Year. If I don't see anyone in a sneaky stream. Absolutely, mate. Raging Modeler says, oh, I'll chuck you a few quid for a sticker, mate. No, you won't. You're a channel member, mate. I'll post you one. You've joined me channel. In case you wonder what that little symbol is next to Adam's name there, it's because he's a channel member, because you can join the channel as well. See, pluggage, Dave. But no, you're a channel member, Raging, so I'll send you some, mate. Yeah, it didn't like me putting a link in for Teespring for some reason. Why is that then? Let's open that in the new tab. Let's copy that. Oh, it was Facebook. Yeah, it's gone in. Yeah, it's because I did it twice. That's why. Burke, Pilchard, and all of that. Steve says, I bet I am.
Oh, fiddle.
First
time last time.
B3 says, in a completely unexpected turn of events, I'm looking at those Chinooks and thinking spaceship. Absolutely, mate. Yeah, it's got a ring to it, innit? Imagine a bit of the old spaceship-ish.
Would like to see him have a go at one of these, but do it in his style.
Yes.
I think that could be quite interesting to see where his imagination would end up.
Oh, mate, I'd love his imagination. I mean, yeah, I've got a bit of a childlike imagination and scratch building, but he takes it to a whole new level, mate.
Oh, he's in a league of his own.
Yeah, and Raging's going, look at Colin doing all the plugging. Yeah, right, I get told off every now and then, Adam, because I don't pimp myself enough. Fox has told me off. And Paul Chaplin raised it brilliantly, and he said, with what you do with your models, why is it you haven't got such a good following on your channel, and it's my own fault because I don't link video content on the groups and things. So my lovely patrons all gave me a bit of a rollicking in a hangout one night and pointed out I need to do more pimpage in 2021. So that's an agreement I've had, and that's what I'll do. Luke saying, have a think, Dave, and drop me a PM with what you need, work in hand with them so I can get full access to the tenders and all the equipment on it.
All crumbs. All right,
And
I'll take you off on that, Luke. Thank you very much. I'll have a think, and I'll drop you a shopping list.
Yeah, Luke needs some stickers and all. Yeah, just PM me, Luke, mate, and yeah, we'll get it all sorted, mate, because I want to get a couple of 100 printed up, and yeah. And I'll just post them all out in one hit then, see, so yeah.
One hit wonder.
Absolutely. I'm here trying not to open this War on the Worlds box, bless her. Graham McRoberts apparently is stuffed because he's just finished a fish supper. Oh, what did you have? Was it Arbroath Smoky? Oh. Paul Lyon says, if I was going to spaceship pimp them, I would get jet engines to the sponsons. Absolutely. That would be mint.
Mm.
Right, that's the chat caught up. Done them big yins. I've got loads of small ones to do now that I can barely see. This is going to be fun. Now, do I do the really small ones later? Yeah. Because they're too tiny for my little eyes, and I won't be able to put them on and not go off shot. So I'll put a couple of me US Army ones down the side. Bung that wheel back on in a minute. What we got there? I've got some vintage going on. Where did they go? 35. So I must go down the sides then. Yeah, they go down the side. Oh yeah, they go on there. Happy days, one there and one there. Right, and then the US Army ones on the sides. So we'll have a bit of them. Yeah. Let's get a bit of that in there. Just get rid of that crease. It will come out. It's only tiny, but it's enough to bug me. There you go. What's that, mate?
Just trying to work out what colour to do the exhaust bits on the engines, and I'm thinking a bit of a bit of rust or something.
Let's open my window because it's a bit like a sauna.
Was that compression or the chair?
No, that was me trying to sit back on the chair in a way that wouldn't cause me to do the river dance. There you go. Apologies for my old man noises there. We have an open window and we have fresh air. Oh. Yeah, because the central heating boiler's kicking in, seeing it's now a bit of a sauna in there.
Oh, you're getting a bit toasty, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, have you got a Fred syndrome then?
Yeah. Yeah, in this room I've got obviously my main computer server. I've then got a filament printer, a resin printer, a curing station, the central heating boiler, plus the big tower unit that I'm using to do this stream on. So yeah, it gets a bit.
Yeah, I can imagine it gets a bit toasty.
It gets a bit toasty, but in a nice way. I mean, you think that server there, that's my media server, so that's on 24/7. That is, and it's got what 10 hard drives in there, all churning away quite happily. So,
oh, mobile disco machine has just gone past.
Oh, was it? You got one of them and all?
Makes me wonder how they can concentrate with that going boom, boom, boom.
Oh, yeah. Andy across the road. Do you know our most annoying motorcycle bloke that rides up and down the path?
Oh, yes.
Andy went out again the other day after him. It was so funny. My missus said all you saw was the bike coming down. Andy's arm appeared from his gate and he clotheslined the bloke right off the bike and just leant over and went, I've told you this before. Stop with the bike on the pavement and turn it in. Yeah. Words to that effect, but with slightly more embellished grown-up words alongside them.
I was going to say, it's probably a bit more flavoursome than that.
Yeah, and disappeared. It was just so funny. My missus said, literally, the arm come out. He had a pop at the bloke and ambled back in. It was priceless. Comedy gold, she says. So I did laugh. He's a proper character. He's from the same neck of the woods that I am, so he's got that gruff accent as well. And he's, oh mate, you think I'm deadpan and blunt? He takes it to an whole new level, mate. And he, normally when he does stuff like that, he'll look at me and go, "All right, mate, they'll learn." It's like, yeah, educating the locals into our way. It was funny. I reckon I'll do a bit of that along the side. Just had a thought, I've got this all done up as the US Army, and I was on about having it over the container ship, wouldn't I? The Isle of Wight, where it was the bloody Navy, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have a bit of a rethink. My container's going to be somewhere off the coast of America in a suspiciously similar situation.
So you're going to have the American version of the SBS.
Yeah. Is it the Delta Force, Chuck Norris? He's in there. He's in.
No, it's the Navy SEALs, isn't it?
I don't know. Something in it. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, duh. Navy SEALs. Doofus.
Because Delta Force is the Army version.
Yeah, it's their SAS, isn't it? The Delta Force.
I believe Sarge. Where are you when we need you?
Because their version of the Red Arrows is the Blue Angels, isn't it?
Yes.
Their SAS is Delta Force, so therefore the SBS is going to be the Navy SEALs, isn't it?
I would have thought so, yeah.
But it's just where we go, yeah, but they're not going to be as hard as ours, are they?
I wouldn't argue with them.
No, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, they're all as tough as old boots, but there's going to be a rivalry, isn't there, between the different factions, so to speak. It's a bit like Army, Navy, and Air Force in this country, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't remember going to the Medical Sevens rugby tournament for the medics.
Yeah.
If you want rivalry, that's where you need to go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Basically, no quarter given, no quarter taken. Mind you, if you're going to injure yourself with all those doctors and nurses around, you're in the perfect place.
Yeah, I can imagine so.
Because we played 10 minutes each way, and as soon as you finished, it was straight in and sink a point.
Yeah.
By the time you've had a few games, you're thinking, hang on a minute, my head's still spinning from when I was in the bar.
I can always remember as a youngster seeing the Iranian siege on British TV play out, and back then you didn't have 24-hour news stations or anything in the UK. It was just the obligatory 3 channels, and this news flash piped up, didn't it, when we all got home from school, and it was the ending of the siege in London that had gone on at this embassy, and to see the SAS doing their thing on evening TV was phenomenal, Dave, wasn't it? It was such a massive event, wasn't it?
Well, it's unprecedented. Up until then, they led a very, very secretive life.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, they was full bore in front of the camera, so to speak.
Absolutely. And it just showed you, didn't it, that it's funny. Trying to think of the newscaster that was doing the broadcast, but he said suddenly the nation felt very safe because they had seen what these regiments could do on live telly. It was such a huge thing over here.
Well, up until then, they'd led a very sort of backstreet, secretive life, just going about their business without anyone looking over their shoulders. Yeah.
Props to anyone that served in there, mate. It's like down south. I know it's sensitive, but I can remember that when it was on the telly, and probably for me, the Gulf War I and Gulf War II, where suddenly it was global television and global news networks was getting hold of all this footage, weren't they? And it brought it home to you, didn't it? The realities of war. And the same with the Balkans when that all kicked off. There was some very tragic evenings unfolding on your television sets in your homes, wasn't it? And it got the countries thinking.
Well, no, I must admit, the Gulf War I was expecting my recall papers to come through post. Yes,
because you would have still been on reserve, wouldn't you?
Yep.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Because of the place that I was working at, there was about 4 of us.
Yeah.
And we all looked at each other and said, who's going to get the first set of papers?
Yeah. I always remember storming Norman Schwarzkopf in Gulf War I when he used to do his evening press conferences. And
Yeah.
he came in one night, didn't he, with some footage of these smart bombs. And he says, like, you know, so I've got to show you a few. He says, here's the luckiest bloke alive in Iraq. And it was a bloke in a Jeep going over the bridge, wasn't it? And they blew it up just behind him.
Yeah, he just cleared the bridge and then it went boom.
Yeah. And then he had this cruise missile that was going along the street, wouldn't it? And you could see it, people looking up at it as it was going along and then turning to go off. And he said, this missile, he said, so good. He says, it knocks on the door to let itself in. And it was just the way he injected stuff into his press conferences, you know. And
yeah, it arrives at the door and it presses the doorbell and then it goes boom.
yeah, it was, you know, and you had this newsreader looking up saying, oh, look, here comes another cruise missile. It was just like, along it come and off it went. It's like unbelievable. And suddenly you saw this playing out and it's like our technology had evolved. Stealth aircraft, Dave.
Well, what was it? It was just before that. You had what was it? It was Italieri. Was it Italieri that released the 111 stealth fighter?
Oh yeah, the F-111, yeah.
And they stood up in the press and they said, well, how comes it's so secretive if we've just made a model of it? And he held up the box, and it's like there was a few red faces.
I always remember when Bill Clinton was president and he did a press conference, didn't he, saying that Area 51 weren't real. And the bloke loaded up the thing and said, well, there's an image of it taken from space, mate. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it is real.
Yeah. So I've always wondered that. How can it be there and not be there?
Yeah. Hopefully that's the last time I have to glue that wheel on. That wonky wheel, that's the word. Let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Michael Storman, after that siege, Margaret Thatcher used to call my boys, yeah. She handled that press conference so well.
I've often wondered what it would have been like with Maggie Thatcher doing Brexit.
Yes.
It makes you think, doesn't it?
It does, mate. It does. 9,000 mince pies is saying Chuck Norris is whatever he wants to be. Absolutely. B3 saying that old joke, when Chuck Norris does push-ups, the world moves. Absolutely, mate. Paul Line says Chuck Norris only uses a stunt double for the crying scenes. Yeah, we can see where this is going. Billy says his favourite was when Chuck Norris hit puberty, it died.
And I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Luke's dad, he now can say in the public domain, so he can say it. His dad was part of the Iranian embassy siege. There you go. See, there you go. We got our very own Chuck Norris. We have. Phil East is saying when Chuck Norris does push-ups, he pushes the planet down. Yeah.
There's no answer to that, is there?
Absolutely. Osric saying if you can see Chuck Norris, then he can see you. If you can't see Chuck Norris, you'll be seconds away from death. Yeah. Dad's saying he got his papers when the Falklands kicked off. Yeah. Absolutely, mate. I love that one. Raging Modeler says Chuck Norris has got a bearskin rug. It's not dead, it's just too afraid to move. Oh, I love it. He says when Chuck Norris falls into the water, Chuck Norris doesn't get wet. The water gets Chuck Norris.
Yeah, the water jumps out, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's saying underneath Chuck Norris's beard, there's another fist. I can see them eyes. I can see them eyes. Oh dear. Yeah, he's knocking on now, isn't he, Chuck Norris? He's got to be in his 70s now, Dave, isn't he?
I was going to say, yeah, it must be 70s something.
All right, what other decals? They're all going to be too tiny for me to do on air. I'm going to do the rest of my decals off air because I'll have to keep picking the model up to see it, and folks will get fed up with it. So I'm going to go back over them with a bit of the old Super Duper and let them settle. And I'll do a bit more chat dolly in then. Because I've got to print me shark mouth as well yet. I'll sit and do that. I've meant to have done it last week, but I forgot. Because Christmas came along and got in the way, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, like you say, we get a good start to 2021. That's what I'm hoping. I think we've had enough
All I
now.
want is a good 2021 for everybody.
Yes, couldn't agree more, mate. Couldn't agree more. A healthy 2021 for everyone, isn't it?
Yes. Doesn't necessarily have to be financially healthy, just physically healthy, so everybody gets the jab when they need it.
Absolutely, and hopefully the support mechanisms are in place for all our emergency services and frontline people, because they're going to need a lot of support when this ends, because they've all been under pressure and working through it due to the adrenaline. But when it's all done and dusted, they're gonna need just that little cuddle, that little.
I think the holiday company should be giving them some discount to go away and have a break when it's all over.
Yeah, I think the holiday companies should offer pretty much free packages where they just ship a load of them out, send them out to a nice hotel, let them have a good old knees up and a jolly up, and
they can let their hair down and
nice free holiday. You know what I mean? Because I think they earned it.
I think they've more than earned it.
Yeah, so if I won the 100 million or whatever, mate, I'd be sending them all out there. Go and have holiday, the lot of you, because and again, you've got all the support crews, right down to the cleaners in the hospitals. Without them doing their job, the hospitals ain't going to be clean, are they? So it's everyone involved.
Everyone's doing their bit, as they should be.
Yeah, Luke's saying, right, pleasure as always, he says, but his dinner's calling. Have a good evening. Happy New Year to all and stay safe. Happy New Year to you and all, Luke, mate.
Enjoy your grub. I'm sure you will.
I'm going to come off my virtual cam and go back on the face cam because,
I think I'll do the same. You don't want to see me cleaning my hair, bro. I'll do that.
Paul Lloyd says, when Chuck Norris's daughter lost her virginity, he found it and got it back.
Ain't no answer to that, is there?
Oh, well, I love the Chuck Norris stuff. He's got another one. When Chuck Norris gets hit by a venomous snake, the snake dies.
Oh, dear. Oh, did I do that? Oops.
Oh, brilliant. Modelers United, Fred says, when God said, let there be light, Chuck Norris leant over and said, say please. Osric said, Chuck Norris does not sleep. He waits. Oh, God, I love all of this. He's saying, if you spell Chuck Norris in Scrabble, you win forever.
Oh dear.
Oh, mate, it's an hidden joke with our group with Chuck Norris. It's just one of them. Yeah, you get Chuck Norris, don't you? And it's
Yep.
yeah. Well, Dave, I think we've done all right there, mate.
We have, haven't we?
Yes. Are we going to have a looky-loo at what you've been up to, your doings, or?
Yeah, I shall. Hang on, let me put me light back on, and then.
Oh, you're doing a down cam again, are you?
Yeah, I'll put me thingy on, and then do that,
Okay, I'll get rid of the brand behind you, and I'll put your full screen in, yeah?
and then if I do that, hopefully.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna have to be a little bit careful because I've got some wet paint, wet filler, and wet glue because I've got the most of the bits on top, but I keep knocking one off. So I'm giving up with that one until I've nearly finished. But
Oh, look at that.
we have undercarriage.
Wheelie.
Yeah, and it's really good.
Yeah.
I can't put it down because if I put it down, the wheels won't be straight.
God, I bet you're tired after doing all of that, ain't you?
Well, and just it was the hub of what I had to do.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
and I've I don't know whether I should have done it or not, but the filler that I've put round the front end, I mixed it with a bit of paint, so hopefully.
Yeah, that old front end was a little bit ill-conceived by them doing it that way, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, yeah. I think they dropped one on that, really.
Yeah, they dropped a bit of a left nut, didn't they?
Yeah, so that's where it is at the moment. So hopefully next week we'll be finishing off the decals because I'll do I'll do the small ones at the bench on my own.
Yes.
And I think probably the larger ones I shall put on when we do the last show.
Absolutely, mate. I'll just dry that off a bit with the cotton bud before I show it. Well, knock that wheel off again. I have, haven't I? Yeah, I'll do it again in a sec. But yeah, so we've got a bit of decalage going on. We've got a bit of a paint job, gunnage, and all of that going on. And then the same on the other side. Apologies if it's shiny and wet. It's just got decal solution on it, but yeah. And my wheels just rolled off again over the over the bench there. Wheelie. So yeah. So that's where they're at. So I've just got all the little tiny warning decals and all of that lot to add to it. So I shall do that off camera, Dave.
Yeah.
Because I'm as blind as a bat, as you know. Let's put the old Ooja me corner me watching me flit up and move off my OBS onto that camera.
Bosh.
Have a bit of that. And let's have a look at some of the comments. Are you on tonight, Fred, out of interest, mate? I can't remember.
No, he does his M4H, doesn't he? He does his model.
That's right. That's right. Paul Lyons is saying that the Guinness Book of Records is actually Chuck Norris's primary school report.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, Andy's got a song there. How many Chucks could a Chuck Norris chuck if a Chuck Norris could Chuck Norris? There you go.
He just chucked that one out, didn't he?
He did. The dinosaurs looked at Chuck Norris the wrong way once, and you now know what happened to them. Edward Leonard's in saying hi to everyone. Hello, Edward. All right, buddy.
Hello, Edward.
B3's got a one. He says, if paper beats rock, rock beats scissors, and scissors beats paper, what beats all three at the same time?
Chuck
Norris. Superman apparently owns a pair of Chuck Norris's undies, according to Fred. Oh, look, Chris is in last minute there, mate. Hey up, everyone. He says, better late than never. Are you on tonight then, Chris? Is that why you're in?
Yeah.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Edward saying, hi, Dad. Hope you're doing well. Oh, yeah, that's it. He's doing a club Zoom instead at 7. That's right. I knew you did something, mate. I just couldn't remember what it was. That's Mike saying hi to Chris and also saying that he's doing all right to Edward. Graham McRoberts says, no wonder why you can't get into Area 51 because a hand comes up from nowhere and gives you a dry slap and then you know it's Chuck Norris. And Chris is saying hi to Dad. So, are we gonna have an early one then? Are we?
Oh, I think we can have an early one. Well,
yeah,
we're 15 minutes from where we would normally be closing off. But
why not, mate?
Why
not? Why not indeed, mate? So yeah, when are we next on? We're on. Is it tomorrow night? We're on
tomorrow night.
We're doing our Big Ben tomorrow night. That's right. Yeah.
About 8 o'clock, isn't it?
About 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'll put the link up in a minute on the YouTube channel and do all that.
Thereabouts.
When we come off air, we're just going to be doing the old Big Ben jigsaw puzzles. I've got one round here somewhere.
Join us. Pull up a pew. Have a brew of tea or coffee, or maybe something a little bit stronger if you wish.
Absolutely, mate.
And I'm sure shenanigans and God only knows what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, it's New Year's Eve, isn't it? And no doubt, you know, there might be a bit of fudge sticks. We don't know, do we? You know, it's Big Ben jigsaw puzzle. What possibly could go wrong?
Well, you would hope it would go like clockwork. Do I need to get my coat?
Yeah, I would, mate.
Right.
I would. So I have to put up with.
All right, I'll clock out then.
Got to hand it to you.
Oh, well, every second counts.
I suppose it was just a question of time, wasn't it? Rightio, folks. Yeah, so he's got to have the last one. He's a bell, isn't he? Right, we'll catch up with you all tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So look forward to seeing you all then. Thanks for joining us, keeping us company, and Happy New Year and all of that.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye, everyone.
See you tomorrow.